Book your driving lesson now
at dla-driving.co.uk.
Sponsored by DLA Driving Schools.
Hello, welcome to O in the Town. Stevenage came to Kenilworth Road full of confidence for our first home game of 2026, and they left Kenilworth Road with absolutely nothing, as the Hatters secured all 3 points with a 2-1 win. A game for me that was full of a bit of controversy, mainly for me, down to referees, a fantastic fight in the second half, and a goal from open play that reminded me of the old Luton Town I used to love and watch. Confident, quick and precise. Transfer window's upon us, and we've already signed one player. We're going to talk about him in a bit. And we're begging the club to take the purchase option of our informed Gideon. We'll have our boys' thoughts on that. We have your 3-word reviews and much, much more. And just before I introduce the boys, can I just ask you, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Thank you very much. And with us tonight, you'll see, if you're already watching on YouTube, we have a full house. Here we go. We've got Steve, Bataro and Darren. Thanks for coming along, fellas.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First time I've seen you this year, Steve, so Happy New Year to you.
Thank you, and to yourselves.
I quite enjoyed Saturday in the end. I was a bit worried for some of the game, but I quite enjoyed it. What do you think?
Once I defrosted after the game.
Don't you have heated socks?
No, I gave up on them. They were too girly. But no, it was cold. Much better second half.
Yeah.
You know, first half not great. Second half I thought was decent. And you know what you said in the intro about the goal. There was a lovely flow to it, and we haven't seen that natural flow for quite a while.
Darren, it was nice to hear Kenilworth Road noisy and sort of back to where we want it to be, right?
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't just because it was sort of local rivals-ish. To them we are, but they're not really for us. But it added a little bit of spice, and where we both are in the league. So hopefully it's not just because of that. Most of the crowd are up because of the football second half was much better and warranted it.
And coming off the back of 2 good home wins prior to that as well. Yeah.
And your thoughts, Bataro? Tell me you enjoyed it.
I did, man. That's why I've got a glass of red wine in front of me, because it's a special occasion. Not only did we get the 3 points at home, but Steve also turned up. So well done, Steve.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, they said that you weren't going to be here, mate, so I thought I'd make an appearance.
Welcome back. Like Stevenage is always a game I hate because of the false rivalry between the two teams. Clearly, it dates back to when we was in the conference, and they beat us to the title, and we didn't go up and whatever else. And I hate it being called a local derby, but it is a local derby, really, isn't it?
No. There's one derby. They're just geographically close to us. That's it.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah, straight to it.
Next,
they're quite local. Yeah, I don't like calling it a derby. I just hate Stevenage with a passion, and for no valid reason apart from that's Stevenage and they're in Hertfordshire. So they brought a nice crowd down. You'd expect them to. The atmosphere was good. I was just quite excited when we started playing well. It's quite nice, isn't it?
When we started playing well, we mean the second half, because the first half we should be about 3 down.
Yeah.
When we started playing well.
Should we skip the whole first half then?
Well, do you know what? Let's just crack on with the game. Luton Town 2, Stevenage 1. Your 3-word reviews. Fraser says, season-changing win. Shane, brilliant home win. Mary, good second half. Matt, finally showed character. Joe, heads didn't drop. Andy, Joe Johnson, superb. Neil, Yates should have scored. Simon, Walsh, fantastic again. Sean, Kenny becoming fortress. And LTF Steve's Dave and many others. Sign Gideon permanently. Now, do you want to take one of those or 2 of those, whatever you want? Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first if that's all right.
Go for it.
Yeah, well, very quickly, Joe Johnson, superb. Yes, he's starting to build in. Previously, he's felt like a player that he feels like he's just filling in for a period of time.
Yeah.
He's now sort of starting to play as if he feels he is one of the first choice players, and that's something I don't think Zach Nelson feels or has ever felt. He's always felt that he's in for a little bit. So we may touch on that again in a minute. But Walsh, fantastic again. I might be wrong, but I think our slow progression in form has coincided with him being in the team more often, and maybe Saville not being in the team. And I just find Walsh is becoming more and more vital to what we do.
He was. I know they gave it to Kaliko, but Walsh was man of the match.
Yeah,
head and shoulders.
Everyone around us said exactly the same. Yeah.
Batari, what's your one?
Well, apart from the obvious, good second half from Mary, but
Every week,
mate, I've not even looked.
You've even seen I've starred it.
Do you know what? I'll take another one. But he took my other one.
I'll
Joe
take it.
Johnson's superb. But
You can have the same one. You can say the same thing.
Yeah, of course. Good second half, because I'll be honest, I've tried to sort of erase the memory of the first half out of my head, because it was absolutely abysmal, like I said. And the fact of the matter is, how the hell were we not 2, 3, 4 down at half time?
Well,
I think that might be a bit of
You
an
reckon?
exaggeration.
There was one on the line. There was the worldie save, the tip.
Yeah.
There was another one, was it deflected out for a corner, I believe?
Yeah. Some might say good defending. I'm sure we'll talk about that the save that Keedy done. But
yeah.
But I'm with you. Your original choice, Batari, with good Mary, good second half, and sort of throughout that first half and at half time, I was going back a couple of pods when you said to me we'd won the 2 home games, and you said, well, they're not great teams, let's see how we go against some better teams. We had the Exeter performance. Luckily Doncaster was called off, and then, you know, whether we like it or not, Stevenage in that league are a relatively good team. And then at half time I'm thinking, you're right with what you said. So actually, when we came out and did that second half, I was like, okay, so we have gone up against a team that are nearer the top, and it shows we can do it.
I think it was more the fact of they pressed so hard in the first half. I think they burnt themselves out a little bit, because I was sitting there saying to a couple of people around me, I said, look, they can keep this up for 70, 80 minutes. We're going to struggle to win this game.
There is that, but equally, I think, you know, before the game, people were questioning Wiltshire's tactical nous and everything else. You can't deny the tactical change at half time made a difference.
Was that with Kadir going inwards and then obviously Morris coming onto the right?
Well, yeah, but basically for me, he went 4-5-1 for me. He flooded the midfield, because then to stop them pressing, it's flood the midfield and also get more men forwards.
We needed
and okay, they still scored when we were like that, but then when we went, they couldn't compete with us. And ultimately, football beat thuggish football. In the end, the Stevenage are a League One team. They just came to foul us and kick us off the pitch. That's League One football. We're trying to play football, and ultimately, football won at the end of the day.
And the referee's also probably an amateur referee, because he was absolute shite as well. Do you know what? Honestly, I'm going to say it now. I don't think I've ever seen a referee performance like it.
Oh, I think we've seen plenty of referees.
Dave, I think that was probably up there as the worst performance I've ever seen as a referee. He missed everything.
Steve, you wanted to say something there.
The thing about the substitution is the best thing, and I like the guy, the best thing was taking off Fanny, because he crucified every attack that we had in the first half by playing so slowly and so conservatively. There was at least 2 breaks. The ball got to him and it just died. It absolutely died.
I still don't know what he is. I don't know what position he really is. I don't know what. Do you know what I mean?
He was supposed to be a defensive midfielder when we brought him in, and apparently now he's regarded as a number 10 or a number 8.
Yeah, but there was no press. There was no tempo at all. He took him off, and we put Morris on, who a lot more pace, but then Kadir, who's a very confident lad and genuinely wants to score goals and will take shots, putting him in central, that was great. But for me, it changed because we took Fanay off.
Yeah, and Clark alongside Walsh, 2 absolute ballers. Yeah, you know, at this level, You know, so fair play to Wiltshire. Whoever was behind that decision and the tactical change, made a big difference.
It's a good thing though that we've started now and we've got 3 more points at home. It's a new year at home and the crowd's on our side. Let's have a look. 7 changes from the Exeter loss on New Year's Day. And so who we got in there? Obviously, Keeley was going to come in all day long. Anderson, Makoso, Wells, Fanay, Godua, Lawrence, Fichet, Waters, Mengi, Saville, Bramwell, Morris and Yates. Now everybody's going, Mengi's not playing, he's going.
Nowhere to be seen, was there? Yeah.
But I suspect he is genuinely injured. But we'll see by the end of the month.
Dave strikes again.
Dave strikes again, yeah. So the game for me was typical Stevenage. Lump it up, be brutal as Anthony, who's he? As Darren said. And,
Might be subbed out.
And part of it, I was thinking, well, you know what? They started strong, didn't they? They had a couple of really, really good chances quite quickly.
They did. They certainly had the better of it. A couple of good chances, but you know we weren't sort of desperate scrambles to stop it from going in.
I think you're right, Steve.
Yeah, I mean the save that Keedy made. I don't know if that was first, second, or third one though. That was a real old school Schmeichel save where he just lunged at the area, and I mean it was just bringing his arm around in a motion, and that's where the ball was. Fantastic.
So from where we sit, we thought, how the hell has he missed that?
No.
And then you watch it back at half time on the screen.
Tremendous.
And what a save.
Yeah.
You can see it, can you, Darren?
Yeah.
Behind the goal, you could definitely.
Yeah.
You're behind the goals, aren't you?
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
We're in the cheap seats.
Yeah. It's only David.
I don't. Whether they were expecting it, but like Bataro said, their press was intense.
It was very, very good.
For 30 minutes. It was unreal. And the thing is, you know, Mads is all right in the air, but with the ball at his feet, you do worry. And then I'm really happy to see Makosso back. Whether on the left of the back two is where I want him, he's probably not, but he's had to do a job. You know, he's all right-footed, and you know that's part of his game that he needs to improve as well. So when they were pressing and those boys had the ball at their feet, you know, it was sort of worrying times.
That is exactly right, Darren, and I think that was what set out the stall for the first half. They were pressing really aggressively, and we had Longvic, Anderson, and Makosso. Okay, now I'm yet to be decided about Makosso. However, at the moment he cannot pass a ball. Okay, and he is indecisive when he's got the ball, and when a team is pressing, that immediately creates a massive problem with Makosso. Longvic was passing awfully.
To them a lot.
Yeah, and Mads is also slow on the ball. So we've got three defenders that are all not good on the ball and not quick with it, and they were pressing. And I think that's where the first half
Mads had a
come
bad
from.
game though yesterday.
No, but he's slow on the ball.
Slow.
Though.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, Makosso's pace gets him out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
but there's a decent player there, and I think don't forget that's his first game in 3 months, was it, or something? Almost since Wiltshire came in, you know. So
him on the ball though has not changed. His passing leaves an awful lot to be desired.
No, but I mean he's all right-footed over on that left. First game in 3, you know, it's he just had to get through that game. I think, but I'd imagine he'll get minutes against Swindon on Tuesday and.
Well, he's going to get a lot more minutes if Mengi is injured on his way to Middlesbrough.
Well, I don't know because
you can say that.
If Walters comes back in, do you put Longvik in? Who's better, Longvik or Makosso? You know, or Doffin when he's fit?
Well, you have to go for a natural right-sided player, the right back position. Because I think that's where we're failing at the moment. Because I think don't get it wrong, Longvik or Longvik, however you say it, I think he's not a bad player, but you can clearly see he's not a right back.
Passing was atrocious.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he did too bad, but like you say, his passing. No.
With all of the perceived domination from Stevenage in the first half, which I don't think it was total. I think they had moments where they had the ball. I literally didn't think, apart from there was a header at the corner and the one that saved, I didn't think they were going to score in that point.
Really?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
No,
I'll be honest, I thought they were going to score at least two.
No,
I felt it was a matter of time.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't worry because I don't really have that fear anymore because you think yourself, we're in this league and we're not very good anyway. But there were moments I thought, it's going to be 1, 2,
I reckon
3
if they
goals
took
for half time
advantage
here.
of a goal, then the game would have been different. They scored early.
Heads would have dropped.
Yeah,
And
but
you've seen the confidence in the players as well. I don't think the players look that confident still.
What,
Even
the Luton players?
Luton players.
I disagree. I thought they were up for it on Saturday. I thought they knew the importance.
Second half.
I thought they knew the importance for the whole match, and that goes from when the Clark penalty came as well. You know, it was a strange old little free kick into him, and I sit right opposite, and he went down. I thought, well, that's soft.
Yeah,
But then I look back. But I look back at it now. I look at the foul. I think it's a foul.
That fella, I think I've circled him here, Phillips. That guy, for me, isn't a footballer. He's just a thug. He didn't try and do
Plenty
one.
of people have made a career in that, though.
Well,
in that
yeah,
business, haven't they?
in the olden days, but and he got found out because that guy only had 1 in 10 on every challenge he went into is to push or elbow or shove someone to the floor.
He took him right from the back, didn't he?
He gave him. He did the little knock, and fair play to Clark for overselling it, but.
So a Stevenage fan would say it was a harsh penalty. It's never a penalty.
It's soft.
I thought it was soft, but I've looked it back 2 or 3 times.
Technicality of it, it was a
penalty.
foul.
It's a penalty.
Yeah.
Because that fella can't tackle. Simple as that.
Yep.
So that's the one good thing the referee did all match, really, was give the pen.
Also, the goalkeeper was off his line for that.
He was way off his line.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a good 2 foot off
He
his line.
took a step about a second and a half before he even struck the ball.
Yeah, and the linesman is there to stop that happening.
Yeah, one job. Yeah.
It's one job to say, oh, you come off your line, we retake that if he didn't score.
Yeah.
But you have to expect that level of incompetence at this level.
Well, you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't, but you do have to expect
Well,
it.
I mean, I'm not being funny. Doesn't the referee pick the officials anyway? Like, half the time.
No, I
They'd
doubt
be
it.
So not?
allocated.
No.
I thought I'd get to like pick.
That'd be a bit of a conflict of interest, wouldn't it? I'll bring my mates with me. Yeah.
I'm sure like there was a time where
Maybe they pick which side they're going to go on the pitch.
no, there was a,
They don't choose who's
Yeah, 'cause
refereeing.
I think
with
they
them.
get options, though,
No,
don't they?
no, because some linesmen have
work
got a
with.
left-handed flag, so they have to go on the main stand.
He's back, isn't he?
Penalty aside, we go in at 0-0, and you're thinking, okay, now we've got to regroup. And you're right. Go on.
No, I was going to say we brushed over the penalty that easy
Well, what do you want to say? Oh, yeah, let's talk about Clark taking the penalty then. Let's do it.
because I'm thinking, right, he got away with the one against someone. Give me the Leighton Orient.
Yes.
Was it? He got away with the one at Leighton
Yeah.
Orient, and I'm thinking he ain't going to do the same again, surely.
Yeah, but the
and you're
thing-
thinking like, sorry, Dave, go back to the Wembley penalties where they picked their spot and hit it.
Yeah.
and I just thought Clark's going to hit this one. It was such an important and look. It would have felt like a robbery at the time going 1-0 up
Yes.
at that stage.
Yeah.
I'd
So you're
loved
thinking,
it.
just put it home and now let's get on top. So to do that same stutter penalty,
I don't agree with the stutter ever. You're right, he should leather it. However, in his defence, the goalkeeper was so far off his
Yeah.
line. If he was on his line, the goalkeeper's not saving
And
that.
he's a big lad as well, that keeper.
But he's not saving
he's
it.
massive, isn't he?
If he's on his line, the goalkeeper is not saving that penalty. He's literally
Yeah,
not.
because it was in the corner, undoubtedly, but yeah.
I had no issues with it. Hit the target, so the keeper saved it. So
but when we get another penalty, who takes it?
How many have we missed this season? Is that like 4?
I'm going to say we've scored 2 and missed 4. That's my guess.
Got to be round there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got Codger, who's full of confidence, wants to score, and has scored
He'd be the one.
a penalty.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's so disappointing. You're right. And then we go in at, sorry about that. I should have said that earlier, Darren. Thanks for picking me up. Go in at 0-0. You think regroup and come out and play well. And then I don't know. Did we start well second half, or were we just caught out? I thought we started quite fast.
well, we certainly started with more intent. I mean, their goal, there was a flick on, and it just happened to go to the guy who sort of wrong footed the keeper.
Their goal was handball in the beginning. If we have, and I hate,
Yeah, I've
and
not seen it
I'm
back,
going to use the
but-
VAR word, right? So we'd have had a decision for us at the penalty, which could have been really important. And then they would have ruled out the goal for handball in the build-up because it was a massive handball.
Well, I didn't see that, but I did see the players, particularly Walshy, remonstrating with the referee. And as I said, well, something's happened.
but
It's a technicality again. It bounced up and hit his hand.
Oh, Darren, no. He moved his arm to keep the ball.
Oh, I can't
He
be honest,
moved
I
his
haven't
arm
seen the
to
replay back,
He
so-
literally moved his arm. It didn't hit him. He moved his arm to it, and then he played it out for the cross. And then the guy crossed it in.
Well, there
come
was
off
another
else.
one later on in the game. I think it was sort of in midfield where the guy did pat it.
Yes, that one was really obvious.
Yeah, but obviously the referee just wasn't going to give any handballs that day. But yeah, I mean, I saw that something was up because of the way the Luton players were talking. But
Just picking up on go back to the 3-word review where you said about Joe Johnson and fair play to him. He's been given his opportunity and he is taking it. He's just got to be careful he doesn't get himself in too many situations where he's trying too hard. Because Exeter away, he gave the free kick away, didn't he? That led to the goal, and obviously on their goal, he's really outstretched to try and get to this header, which unfortunately then he flicks it on for them to score.
But
don't get me wrong, I think Johnson's really impressed me.
I agree, but I think a run of games can only help a player like that calm down and start to get into a rhythm. You know, if they're forever on the edge thinking one bad move and I'm out, you know, if he's thinking, right, okay, I've got the place now, I've got 7 or 8 games coming up, surely that can only help him sort of relax and play his natural game.
This is what I was going to say. Surely now that's his position if he performs in the next 3-4 games. Because, I mean, realistically, we was always saying, we need another fullback, this and that.
Do you know what? And actually, I know he's not taking Naismith's place as such. He's probably taken Bramall's place at left back. But sometimes he reminds me a little bit of Naismith Mark 1 when we had him bringing the ball out.
Yeah,
he's got some good feet, Johnson. He loves going inside, doesn't he? He can play a ball. Yeah, he gets stuck in as well.
I was going to say, obviously, I saw traits of Alfie Doughty in him the other day. The way, like you say, he'd come inside and whatever else. Maybe not the pace and whatever else and the directness as such, but there were elements of his turning the ball, the confidence, the composure to do it, and then there you go, on your way. And there was a pass in the second half down the line on shooting towards the Kenilworth. And then I think he took a touch and then he took the ball obviously within a gap of maybe about 6 or 7 yards, and he's floated it along the line to. Was it? No, it wasn't Kadir. It was whoever it was. Anyway, it was a pinpoint perfect pass. Was it? And it was beautiful. But yeah, look, that's the confidence there.
Yeah. After we go 1-0 down, your heart sinks a bit because you're thinking, here we go. They're just going to defend this now. They're going to do their usual Stevenage time wasting. Wow. And they continue to do that through the whole game, really, if you're honest. It was important then we got back in quickly and we managed to do that. And luckily it was Jordan Clark.
Guess who gave the free kick away?
Your man.
The man again. Yeah. I think Clark got up and tapped him on the back and said, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, you just keep fouling me all day, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Opportunism though, just getting in there and pushing it through, you know, from where he was. I know he's very close, Steve, but
yeah, it was nice that it broke to him, but you know, he still had to do a complete 180 turn on it, and you know, there were people sort of diving towards it. You know, it took a ricochet and sort of got through them, but you know, he was there.
Clark's movement off the ball, if you watch it again, his movement off the ball is incredible. The football brain, and I'm giving him credit because I know I didn't.
Yeah, because he's watching the ball come over his head. As soon
as it went over his head, he went to the goal line because he knows, right, that's over me. It's going to come back in. He went to goal line, hence why I had to check back to get the shot away. But you know, and look, we'll probably get on to our so-called strikers, but none of our strikers make that move. Clark has got such a football brain, and that's why he's picking up it's almost Berry-esque being in the right place in the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
12 minutes later, we get a second, and this is the goal I said in the intro that it felt like proper Luton goal for me. The tackle in midfield, getting the ball out quick, precise pass. Was it Wells who passed off?
He laid it to Gideon,
Gideon,
and the finish was fantastic.
Well, to be fair, more importantly, who won the ball in the midfield? It was Kadir, wasn't it? So he started all off.
Then Morris, Wells,
it was a brilliant move, and it's what you want to see, right?
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. Like you say, it was just like it was smooth as butter, wasn't it? Really,
we were all in line with it, wasn't it? To take that first time on your wrong foot. It was delightful.
How smooth was it as well? Like rolled in the back of the net.
Because arguably Wells underpassed the ball because you'd think you'd play it further out for him to get it on his right foot. It was a sublime finish.
What I liked about it is it was down the middle. So much of our attacking is on the wings at the moment, and I think the tackle just presented itself because it bounced nicely after the good tackle. You know, Morris took it. You know, and again, he didn't just kick it forwards to Wells. He sort of, you know, side-footed it into space. And I think the pass was slightly under hit from Wells, which meant that Kadir had to take it first time. But again, he's got that confidence, and you know, and he seemed to have more time than he actually did. And as soon as he had done it, you could see the keeper just.
Because there was a defender in between, so he wouldn't have seen the shot initially and just.
I just thought it was the way he adjusted his body as well, sort of like give it the angle and then just to roll it. So I'm going to say it again. Obviously, I know I keep calling him Gotti on Kadir, but this guy technically is unbelievable.
He's scoring goals with his head, left foot, right foot. He's got the lot, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Honestly, we need to sign this guy because if we don't, we're going.
Well, we have an option to buy him.
I wonder.
We have an option to buy.
I'll credit my mate Paul for this question, but I wonder we have. But if West Ham go down, which is quite a possibility, do we still get that option?
Well, I think the deal was option to buy, and I think they can't renegade on that.
Well, we don't know the small print, do we?
Well, I'm making it up, but I'm going to tell you. And if you say anything,
Don't look
more,
that smart, Dave.
well, if you say anything confidently enough, it's true.
Yep.
So it's not. He can't go back to West Ham unless we don't buy him. There you go. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that is true, Steve, isn't it? Ergo, I'm correct.
Fair enough.
Thank you. After that point when we scored, I'm thinking, don't revert to type. Don't revert to old Luton. Don't sit back too far.
I was sat there going, do not bring Savile on and go defensive. Please do not do that. And he didn't.
But also we've been in the lead before, and you're sort of hanging on to the game. You defend too deep.
A Nathan Jones Luton would have bought him on a lot earlier. A Nathan Jones Luton would have said, right, well, let's see if we can hold this out.
And then Hauser their way through the rest. Whereas I think Wiltshire went, no, I want to go and win this by more.
Yeah.
Second half, apart from their goal, I can't remember Keeley having to make a save.
No.
I think a lot of Stevenage fans think they done enough to win the game.
If they'd taken their chances in the first half, then yeah, admittedly, but no. Look, it's not a game of one half, is it? Or a couple of chances. You just have to do it, and you have to hold out.
For once in our lives, I think we took control in the second half. Yeah. After we scored, I thought we was on top for the rest of the game.
I'm looking here at the times we scored the goals, and it was about, why I picked it out, but it was about 58 minutes. I looked at the clock and went, now we're going. Now we're playing football, and we're going to win this game.
The second half flew, didn't it? Because we were enjoying it more. But I thought Shaden Morris made a huge difference. And, for a change, a winger constantly attacked the fullback.
He's a one-trick pony, but boy, does he do it well.
Yeah.
How many times did he get past his man on the left-hand side, right-hand side, whatever you want to call it, and he just whips it in? There's no one
if
there.
He could just pick, the thing is, can he pick out the ball? Or is it the people aren't making the runs?
I think it's the people not making the runs. I think there's nothing wrong with his delivery apart from one. But I thought his delivery was spot on. He was in that sort of like corridor of uncertainty between the goalkeeper and the defender. The keeper didn't want to come for it.
Because when he got past the guy, he did always look up. Yeah. But there's no one there.
And what I thought, one man at maybe the back post come in or something like that. But he was 10 yards away. But
I thought another good thing from Wiltshire, it was an obvious substitution, was when he brought Bramall on for Lawrence. You could just see so much more game savvy. And, obviously you're only going to get that by playing games. And I think that would be a bit of an eye-opener for Lawrence, that game.
Well, can we just talk about Lawrence very, very briefly? I was thinking he looked out of sorts at times. I thought he looked a bit lost at times. But a couple of times when he got that ball, he was on it. And he made runs where you'd have expected him to raid runs if he was playing for Manchester City and the midfield was seeing those runs and passing the ball down.
It looked like a lad, sorry Steve, it looked like a lad that's come from under-18s football into men's football. That's exactly what it looked like.
Well, essentially has, it really?
No, it is. But I mean at like pub level, where the kids got their chance to go up to the adult team.
I think you see his body language in the second half. I don't know if he was asking to come off or whatever. He was speaking to the manager about something.
He pulled out of quite a few 50-50s.
And they were talking, there was a couple of interchanges between, I think, Wiltshire and obviously Lawrence. And then he was almost like, like he didn't really know what to do.
I love the fact he started, because how many times with managers in the past, we've brought a player on and he's like, he needs 3-4 weeks to bed in. We'll get, it's like, no, I love the fact he put him straight in. It didn't work out for him, but he had
moments, Darren. He had some good moments, and he's quick.
And he's going to play against Swindon, I would have thought.
Is he 20?
Was he quick?
Yeah, he is quick when he gets the ball.
Was he?
He was, yeah.
I mean, I didn't really see much of him.
When he run down the left where we are.
Step-overs, was it?
Step-overs, pass, and he put some crosses in. He's new. He's not been at this club more than 2 days.
Oh no, of course. Like you say, he's come from under 21s level at Man City, and let's face it, under 21s is not really. It's not what you expect in the football league.
No, it's a whole different gravy. Yeah, there was one particular run that he made. It was probably fairly close to being in front of you. He sort of checked to go out wide and then span inside. And he done Wells a kipper because Wells played him being out there, but he'd cut inside the guy. If Wells had the presence and the awareness to put him through, which was an easier pass, he was in
on goal.
Yeah, in on goal, or to provide someone a very straightforward chance. So there's good movement. There's an intelligent player there. There's an awful lot of things that he has nothing of, experience and stuff like that. But that can only come with one way. But he's clearly a skillful player. I would suggest that his confidence and there's a couple of moves you thought if someone had seen that run, he was in a good position.
And he'll probably play Tuesday night against Swindon as well, let's face it.
I reckon that is a vital game for him.
He has to get up to speed. I mean, you got, like you say, give him 2, 3, 4 games to get up and running, and you got to use that cup game. If you want to play this player and you believe he can add quality to this squad, you have to get him in there and up to scratch as soon as possible.
Exactly.
I want you all now to forget who you are. And I want you to imagine...
I do that occasionally anyway.
Yeah, but Ari, listen, let me finish my sentence. I want you to imagine you're Jerry Yates and you can put the game to bed in the last couple of minutes and stop us all worrying about an equaliser. The ball drops to your feet, the goalkeeper's approaching, you're on your own. Steve, where'd you put the ball?
Straight over the keeper's head, because the ball has bounced lovely. The keeper is stranded in no man's land. You just lift the ball because you're a half-competent footballer.
Well, that is generous.
No. A half-competent footballer would have just raised the ball over the keeper.
Bataro, what would you have done?
What I've done, probably fallen over, maybe it was me. But yeah, if I was Jerry Yates and I was actually physically fit, I mean, looking back on the angle, obviously facing the goal, have you seen that angle of it?
Yeah.
Looking back on it, I thought it was a lot more difficult than what it was. Mate, even if you sort of like just slow yourself down, let the ball die a little bit and just place it to the right hand side. The keeper's going to the left anyway. There's a massive gap all over the top. Originally, I thought it was over the top. He could have done anything with it. That's the problem.
For me, he's got two choices. He had to lob it over the goalie. The goalie was, like Steve said, no man's land. It bounced up at such a beautiful height. You can just lob it over and look, if it hits the top of the crossbar, lands just on the top of the net, you forgive him because that is a hard skill. But, we're in injury time.
Absolutely
just do that. Or you go round the goalie.
Could he have gone to the right of the goalkeeper?
Because two things are going to happen. The goalie's going to take you out and he's off, and you get a penalty. Or he puts you wide.
Which we miss.
Yeah. Or he puts you wide, and then you take it to the corner and just get yourself through the last minute and half of the game. Anything but what he did.
I know.
Have you seen it, right? Obviously, it's a bit of a weird one, right? But if you watch the replay back, like I said, facing the goal, that angle, there is no way. The only spot he couldn't hit that the keeper would have saved was probably about a 3% chance of hitting that. Even the goalkeeper, there was a gap under his body. There was a gap that side. There was loads of room to the right hand side, over the top, and then all of a sudden, look, it's like putting the block hole where a cricket. It's like, what have you done?
Yeah. Gary Sweet told us that was one of the most complex transfers that they'd had to do in a long, long time.
It's probably because he was whinging halfway through the bloody meetings or something.
He's probably laughing so much.
Well, but do you know what? He's probably going to start against Swindon, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go to the Swindon game, and I'm going to have to sit there and cheer him on, hoping he's going to score.
Yeah, and you could well do.
He might well do, and I'll have to celebrate.
I mean, he only scores in the FL Cup, whatever it's called, doesn't he? So apparently he's got 5 goals this season, 6 goals.
4 of them are in that.
And there you go. But
what's it called?
Just keep him for the cup.
Virtue Trophy.
Virtue Trophy. Yeah.
It's
virtually not one.
FL Cup, isn't it, or whatever.
But your initial question, Dave, it's just an absolute farce that he missed that.
Yeah,
he could have been taking around the goalkeeper, let's face it.
And to be fair, it would have settled our nerves for the last couple of minutes of the game. But in the end, we came out, we won the game, 3 more points. We're actually above them in the table now, which is ridiculous because when they beat us at their place, they were top of the league. They were top of the league.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it just shows you again how poor this division is, that we can still be in touching distance of that. And a big our next league home game is Lincoln. That's another biggie that we need to win, and we need to forget the nightmare that we went to see at their place.
But like you keep saying, Dave, this division is poor, and it is so poor, and it just proves the point, doesn't it? When they were top, Stevenage, I'm not being funny. They're not a good team.
But they got 2 games in hand. So they can still be up there.
They're going to say they've got one of the best defences in that division. They're a resilient team. So we have to say well done to us for bucking that trend.
For what we've got, I mean, but the only thing is, I just like to say, there's all these teams, and you think, there's no consistency with any team in this league. Probably Cardiff.
Yeah, that's right. No, you show consistency, and you're going to do okay. What I do like, we will probably come to this in a second, Dave, is our shots and then the on target.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
That's a lot different to how it
15
has been.
shots, 7 on target, and then Stephen had 15, just 3 on target. we've been awarded the most penalties this season. We're rubbish at taking them. And it was a thing we said at the ground that, we can't remember the last time that we've come back from conceding and winning a game. And Jacob has put on this Cardiff in March, and then even longer, a 2-1 victory over Derby in December 2024. It's just nice to be back. Gideon, of course, is on fire at the moment. 6 goals in his last 7 games.
Never fall in love with a lone player.
But we've got to buy him. You know, there's a thing. And I don't want to read those. And Nordos, our strike force, have scored 2 goals.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Look, I think
2 goals.
Nordus went out right, so
In the
Heracles to a better. Let's face it, probably it's a better division than we're in.
Yeah, he played for 15 minutes this weekend, apparently.
Right.
Well, it's more than he gets in League One football. Yeah. But the thing is, right, look here, Nordus, right? 11 appearances, 1 goal. There's no other player that scored more goals than him, and he's played the least amount of games.
And when we say appearances there, these are only minutes. These are minutes, not games.
I was going to say, that most of them are as a sub, aren't they? I mean, personally, I would have Nordos well ahead of Yates.
Yeah.
However, there's clearly no interest in him, whereas there was some interest in Nordos, and Wilshere doesn't fancy him. So that's almost certainly why he's gone. But, I was talking to a few people around us. I'm sure the majority of people would have him ahead of Yates, but no one's interested in Yates.
Talking to people that are leaving, the boss has actually indicated that probably Ali's on his way up on loan, minimum.
Oh, really?
And so that doesn't surprise me. He's not been in the team for, I don't think, since Jack Wilshere.
I thought he was injured.
No, something
just
something's happened there, and if it's not right, then let's get him out of the club.
Well, I likened it to when Edwards came in. Alan Campbell was immediately culled.
Yeah,
and we all thought he was such an influential, important midfielder for us at the time. He's like an absolute terror. He was starting to get a couple of goals, wasn't he?
Played for Scotland.
Yeah, that's right. And he was absolutely vital. So the moment Edwards came in, that was it. He was absolutely done. I mean, he joined.
Has he even got a club now?
He joined St Mirren apparently at the weekend or a few days ago.
Right.
But he's been without a club since the summer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is someone, I think he left Dundee or Dundee United in the summer. He's been without a club.
We should go back in for him. What a player.
No, you're right.
No.
I'm not being funny. It could be worse than half the players we've got, could it?
I mean, just a really quick one because we are running out of time. I mean, obviously we keep saying we need a striker, but no one's name's coming up. It's difficult to say who could come in, isn't it?
But do you think they're going to go there? Because we know Al Hamadi's probably, by his socials, that he's a week, 2 weeks away.
Yeah, but he's also like a week, 2 weeks away, but he's also another 2.5 weeks from getting injured. So we probably need another striker.
But then Elijah. So are they going to risk... Are they going to risk bringing in another striker? Because then someone's got to go, and arguably probably Brown is the one that needs to get moved on from the club.
Al Hamadi is alone at the moment. I don't know if there is an obligation to pay.
I think they
to
have to
buy
meet
him,
criteria, don't they?
Whatever. But if there isn't, that could be it. But you got to think. Elijah comes back, okay, but people on Saturday saying, we might maybe see him on the bench against Swindon. I've no idea. But let's say he's back available.
Who's this, though? Elijah?
Elijah.
Yeah.
You've still got to look at 5, 6, 7 games to get rid of his rustiness, and...
And let's hope he doesn't break down as well.
And it has been hit and miss. Well, exactly. He has been hit and miss throughout his time with us. There's been some good patches, but there's been some bloody awful patches. Yeah. And as Bataro surprisingly said correctly, after a long injury...
No, mate, piss off, don't come back this time.
But after these long injuries, you do sort of have a recurrence or something happens. So, that is right.
I mean, what's it been now? When was the last time he played? Was it 8 months ago?
It seems longer, to be honest with you.
Right, but he had a really bad injury.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
Really bad injury.
Well, it's cruciate, wasn't it? So
yeah, but he can't be considered the saviour because he's going to be rusty as hell.
If the board and the club want to get out of this division this season, then they're going to invest, aren't they?
Well, they have to.
They have to.
Yeah,
I when I was saying about the strikers, there are some coming back. They need to go and get a right back for sure. 100% have to go and get a right back.
What's that with Josiah Jones? Is he injured again?
Long-term injury.
Long-term?
Well, as though he's not due back imminently. Like it's weeks rather than days. But I think I think a right back for certain. I think probably even a lone left back. We're probably right for centre halves, we're right for wingers. If they're hoping that the strikers...
We're all right for wingers. We have 19.
We have 19 of them. So maybe a attacking centre midfielder along the lines of a Walsh and a Clark, and that's probably where I think they'd probably focus. Although we all want a striker in, I'm not sure whether they will because we've got the ones coming back.
We need to shift some out as well.
Yeah.
There's some obvious you think will go. You've got any other ideas? Who do you feel might leave the squad?
Nakamba needs to go somewhere.
I mean, I can't see that anything other than him just being paid off. I would be amazed if Mengi's around another sort of 2 weeks, to be honest with you. If he's got his move, fine, fair play. It's what he's wanted, since we was in the Premier League. So, that's fine. But to me, we also then need to bring in someone of a better quality central defence because... you cannot trust Makoso. Mads Anderson is slow and has been injury prone. You're really vulnerable there.
Yeah, I think whatever's happened with the Dauphin, I don't know, but probably when he's up and running, he's probably the first centre half on the list.
Yeah.
Well, probably. But again, we're well over halfway into the season. We've barely seen him. True.
Wow.
Barney McGrew.
But I think, I think Steve, Mengi, Makoso, and Brown. Not Makoso, Nakamba and Brown would be the three. Probably to get out for various reasons, but mainly get the wage bill down.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob Brown for me would be another massive one to clear.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, I think he's a shocking player.
Well, the transfer window is open and we will be monitoring it, and so we'll get on that as soon as we hear some things. And if Barney McGrew from Trumpton FC does come up, we'll try and sign him.
And that one, Baptiste.
Baptiste.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You forget. You just literally forget who's in the squad, don't you? Because of all the injuries. It's ridiculous.
Baptiste out for the whole season, isn't he?
Yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
Well, we should get Clinton Baptiste, and he might have a better idea how to play. Just a couple of things I want to mention. Gideon, Diamond Player of the Month, of course, because he's probably the best player we've had.
He's
this
the
month,
player of the season, let's face it.
Nice to see Matt Bloomfield back in the job, Oxford. I wish him well. I hope he does well. Unless he plays us, then we'll hope he does dreadfully. Next 3 games, we're not going to do the Virtue Trophy match predictions, but Luton 3-0. Lincoln at home is our next home game.
Yeah.
As regards to... just shut up. I'm not mentioning that Darren got the score right at the weekend.
Thank you.
Just because bloody Yates couldn't score a goal. So let's have your Lincoln predictions, please, boys. We'll start with Pataro.
1-0 Luton.
Darren.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
You're wrong.
No,
you're wrong.
I'm just being a bit realistic.
I need to have red and yellow.
I
need to have red and yellow cards here.
I've gone Lincoln to win 2-0.
That's a yellow card for this week.
Mate, you automatically lose 5 points.
2-1 Lincoln.
Terrible.
It's another yellow card. I'm going to go for revenge.
Hang on, you just said 1-0 he's going for, didn't you? Second to go.
Revenge from the drubbing we got at their place, where I felt actually they were tight. They were quite beatable and we were rubbish. So this time, I know they're second in the table. We're going to put it to them. We're going to win 2-0.
Okay.
And we're going to win brilliantly 2-0.
Sonny Bradley alone has scored more goals than all of our strikers together. I don't know how I feel. If Sonny Bradley scores on Saturday, I don't know how I feel.
No.
I think I'll probably clap him.
Yeah, you would.
If you'll
be on the pitch with him.
Go on, Sonny.
If you also follow us on Facebook, which we're across all the platforms, but if you follow us on Facebook, just recommend us a couple of friends if you've liked and subscribed on there. 20 more people will have 1,000 followers on Facebook, which is quite nice, and it gets the message out there. Steve, you want to talk about a message you need to talk about the next one?
Chris is one of the stewards at our end of the ground. He lets me in, lets my grandson in with flares and no,
Lots of
clearly
drugs.
doesn't. But no, it's a hello to him, but really it's to his dad. Paul lives in Cyprus and he watches us every single week. So thanks a lot for watching, Paul, and keep the faith.
And Steve's probably got Chris sacked now, but there we go. I briefly want to say hello to a guy I met in the B&M car park, Andy Finch. Andy, the B&M car park.
Sorry, we said in the bin car.
Had a good chat with Andy about the club and football. And Andy, yes, I am decorating and it's half finished, but I'll tell you where it is when I finished it. He knows what I've said. He knows what I've said.
We were like, what's going on here?
Listen, I think we've just overrun a little bit tonight, but it's good to have you all back around the table. It's been good fun chatting with you guys. Swindon next at home in the what we've been calling it, the non-existent
Just the
cup.
Virtue Trophy, apparently.
Yeah, the one that we're not bothered about until we get to the semi-final.
If we win on Tuesday night, you'll get interested.
Do you know what, Darren? I might just come along and sit down and stand up or whatever and see how it goes. It's only a £5, isn't it? Yeah. It gets me away from the wife.
Is that a senior citizen price, is it, Dave?
No, it's everybody's price, Steve.
All right, okay.
Yes. On that note, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Again, if you've got this far, thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheers.